here from Lumpology.com, and welcome back to the Minecraft and BGE tutorial series. Let's get started. So we'll start by finding our project folder where we've got everything. And starting up the dockland. Alright. Well, first thing we're going to be doing is adding some logic to this. On the single player button, we've got the set camera. So, but that's not really going to work since, well, anyways, let's just fix this now. There are many things we can do. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to, if we select the camera, press Shift D to duplicate it, and then just drag it over. This is going to be the world menu. So the whole world menu is going to be controlled by this. Now I have it open here, so go to single player. This is what it looks like. Now we don't need to be creating an exact copy, so I'm just going to rough edge it. Shift S goes to selected, Shift A, and I'm going to add a plane. This plane is going to come down. And actually, now that I'm here, I'm going to select the button, Scene, Set Camera, World Menu. Okay. If I go back to title, there we go. It's just quick testing done. If I press Control and 0, I can go to this new camera. I'm going to scale up this base plate, scale it to the sides, like so. Okay, so how we're going to do this texture is I'm just going to call this the background new background and material, and backface culling can be left on. Texture there, and I'm going to open a new texture from the texture packs. You can be downloaded in the description below, and I'm just going to open the world options background. Once again, do not pack it. And so I'm going to press Tab, I'm going to press U, and I'm going to unwrap it. You let us use Smart UV unwrap it. Try something more like view projection. Or, you know, scale. I'm going to find the dimensions. Scale them instead. So, scale 0.28 Z. And now scale it up. And scale it. Scale Y. And I'm just going to scale it up. There we go. So let's check the buttons. We've got cancel. Okay. Tricky. Well, let us give this a try. Play world. Well, I'm just going to make a default world button. So we're just going to goes to selected. Stay at a world plane, scale it down a bit. It's a good deal, it's a decent size there. Drop going to have default world new, and it's going to open another texture up. I'm going to open the unknown pack. Tab U, pictures from view bounds. Tab out. There we go. Okay. So now that we've done that, I'm going to just take a look. Okay. Dang, I'm going to add some text. Yeah. Now this isn't a full replication challenge, what we've got going right here, so I'm just going to be doing mostly rough edges. And I don't even think the worlds will end up being endless, so it's going to be interesting. Text. Text is going to say world. It's not dark enough for me. Must be a way to darken it. Uh-oh. Let's add a plane. There we go. Yep. All right. Okay. So now on here. Shift S goes to center, Shift S goes to selected. Shift A and add a plane. Scale the plane down, move plane up, scale it down even more. World, what am I doing? I go to widget, I think. Texture pack, let's take a look at everything. Nope, resource packs. I was right, we needed to make a new one. Resource. World play. World play. There it is. Oh right, see, we need to turn on the alpha blend. And select all here, scale it down G to move it over here, and I'm just going to scale it down, and over here, scale GX, there we go. Scale it up a bit. Oh, that's a lot. Scale up a lot. Oh, I should probably change some logic to save data. No collision. No collision. This will be from there, no collision. This, no collision, good. You have to do these no collision things, otherwise it'll just ruin everything. Okay, so over it, I'm going to Shift D this, drag it up just a very small amount. And this one is going to be a no collision, invisible, and I'm going to re-GY. And it's going to be the on the overlay button. Games like these, you see, are all about the details, which makes them take a while. The smallest amount of things will take a really long time. And then you gotta organize, which is, well, you don't have to, but on the long run, it really helps if you've organized. File, save. Okay. So if I hit P, it doesn't show up. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the bottom one. I'm going to say add to mouse, that's message to mouse. They don't have one, do they? Oh, there we go. Over, event. And let's do this, 1, 2. Into there, into both, and we're going to give you some names. Over, click, and going to Shift, select the top one. Overplay button is going to get a visibility. It's going to be visible. Oh, wrong one, wrong one. There's no way to cut these, which is kind of annoying. So, visibility, this one, on. But it's also going to have an always, no, this one is going to have an always, and it's going to have another visibility, decheck visible. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to file, save, I'm going to go to the title, I'm going to file, save, and we're going to give this a try. That's wrong. What happened? Oh, title GUI. We need to reset this to the default camera by pressing Ctrl-0 on it. File, save. Back to the title. File, save. Nope, not save as. File, save. I believe you can actually do Ctrl-S. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. B, let's give this a try. Looks nice, we got the Minecraft BGE. Let's see, in comparison, it's not an exact replica, to say the least. But it works. It works, so let's just go with it. Now, in this Minecraft, if we tap single player, this happens. If I tap single player here, it takes us to here. However, it appears our world is not working when I go over. Our fancy little GUI table is not working. That's probably because this top one does not need to be rendered invisible. It just needs to always be not visible. And only when over does it become visible. I'm going to decheck that. Also, file, save. Oh, it's not resetting. In that case, back to GUI. And once again, I'm going to have to recheck always positive. Oh, under 10 is what I did last time to make a tick rate. The slower tick rate makes it a less of a priority, which encourages that one to go first. There we go. That's the best explanation I can give you. Currently, it seems their button is extremely bad, but that doesn't matter. Okay, well, I'm going to adjust a few things. Single player button. Is going to go up a bit. This is going to scale down a bit. Let's take a look at our system console. It looks completely clean. You always want a system console that is clean. That it's got nothing bugging it out. Completely clean. As you can see, start finish, start finish. This all determines it's a completely clean system console. No bugs, it's all good. Now, if I remember correctly, when you start a Minecraft launcher up, you briefly get the Mojang symbol up. Briefly. So, I think, why not? Let's do that quickly. Shift A. Oh wait, no, it'll have to be under title GUI. Shift A, it'll add a plane. Oh, Control Z, that'll remove the plane. Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift A, add a plane. Bring the plane down. Scale. Oh, perfect dimensions already. Woohoo! And this is going to be. It's going to render as material logo. This one, remember, this is a replication challenge, or it's not an actual challenge, it's just a replication test. So, I'm going to grab Mojang, tab, U, project from view bounds, Mojang, Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to say rename the tile logo. There we go. And I'm going to say delay once of a duration of 5 seconds, and going to edit object, end object. What I'm going to do is make sure nothing on the menu has a save system on it, so that it'll just add itself back in when it needs to. Oops. Okay, in future reference, if you just did what I just did, and that's remove the scene, we could have perhaps just lost a lot of work right here. Moment of truth. Okay. Whew, that could have been bad if we had lost all of that work. This is why we always save. There we go. Okay, new plan. I'm going to... why didn't that work? I'm going to say... Come on, delay is gonna work. I've always made them work before. Delay was twice duration. 60 ticks. Logic ticks before the negative trigger is pulled. Okay. So if I bring that up to like 180 ticks, like 4 times, then add an AND controller and add an edit object, end object. Some of these things, this happens occasionally, so I'll just have to find a way around, eh? Bit too many. There we go. Perfect. Done. Save. How's the system console looking? Perfect. Title. Oh, word of advice to all of you newcomers, if there are any, that is, if never exit the system console. Word of advice. Only ever minimize it. Never exit the system console. Oh. Control S. There we go. Now, technically I'm not allowed to use that logo, but I'm going to use it anyways, just because this is a replication challenge. Now, if we click single player, it'll take you to the world, which has the overlay. Woohoo! This is starting to take shape. In an ever so minuscule amount. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to add a new scene. I know this is always annoying, I even hate adding new scenes. I'm not going to press 7, I'm going to press 1. Okay. We're not even going to worry about, because we're working on the actual world, what the world's going to generate. We're not even going to worry about any of this stuff. We don't want to. That's just, we're not going to worry about world generation yet. We're not worry about block stuff yet. We're going to work on environment. We're talking about the sky. We're talking about the clouds. We're just going to work on environment, day and night cycles first. So this is always going to be a pain. No one ever likes doing this world stuff. So ready? Okay, let's go. File, save. One thing we are going to need to find out, what's the size of one block in this world? I have been playing around with it, and I'm thinking one block will be about... Let me just check my notes. Okay, so I just checked my notes, and it is pretty easy actually. It's gonna be pretty simple. The default block size is going to be the default cube size. So quite simple. I think that'll work well. But just for these kind of purposes of how this development is going to work, I'm actually going to scale it down by 0.5. So, oops, that was wrong. I'm going to press S.5. There we go. There we go. So with the block done, I'm then going to determine where bedrock is. So bedrock is going to be an interesting thing. So bedrock cannot be destroyed. So that's what we have to go off of. Bedrock can't be destroyed. So I'm just going to pretend this grid here is bedrock. The actual grid is bedrock. So I'm going to press G, Z, 0.5, and then I'm going to press G, Y, 0.5, and G, X, 0.5, and that will align it with the grid. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're just going to decide how high we want the clouds. So I'm going to press G, I'm going to press Z. So each one is one block. So I'm going to have the build limit endless up. Or maybe I'll make a build limit. Minecraft has a build limit of 255, but the clouds and much before that. I believe the clouds is something like 150. See how high that is? That is pretty high. That just looks a little high. But we're not making a full Minecraft world yet. We'll work on chunk generation later. I'm going to GZ 50. Cloud height limit. Clouds. You know what? I've decided. GZ 150. Clouds will generate 150 blocks above bedrock. Okay. Creative mode is going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm actually going to delete that cube. Never mind. Oh, I'm going to add a world. This is going to be the sky world. And I'm just going to give it a similar color to what Minecraft has got. Something like that. I'm also going to add mist, because Minecraft does have a bit of fog. We're going to today add a plane. Yeah, that's it. GZ 150. I'm going to bring in that material we just created so that we don't waste data. Call it clouds. I'm going to make it an alpha blend because of what texture we're going to be applying to it. Now, my main question is, why the heck is that still down there? Oh, at 3D cursor, we need to be at maiden point. One advice if you ever run into a problem like that. So, I'm going to add a new texture. This is going to be the clouds. I'm going to open from the texture packs clouds. It's huge texture. Well, it's technically not that big. It's actually quite small. It is still what all the clouds can be generating off of. Now I think we can actually find the dimensions of this if we go to clouds. I want to know the dimensions, so I'm going to go to properties, details. It is 256 pixels by 256 pixels. Okay. So that means all I need to do is go to the object panel here, call this plane clouds, and I need to scale it up on the scale, discluding Z, to 256 to 256. And we have the clouds plane. That seems quite big actually. It is very big. Tab U, and I'm going to press 7, and then I'm going to, after pressing 7, I'm going to press 5, and I'm going to press U and project from view bounds. There we go. Now, I've been contemplating how to do this, because, known fact, clouds are not, I don't quite know how to put it. Clouds are dimensional. They have shape. They're not two-dimensional. They're not a two-dimensional flat surface. So if I press scale Z, scale Z, no, E, no, yes, E, shift E, no, we have to be tab to go to edit mode, E to extrude, D check backface culling, I just messed this up. Shift E, no, E, Z, no, Control, I'd go back to solid view, textured view, and I'm just going to G1, 5, Z. It's not pretty, that's for sure. What I think I'm actually meant to do, if I undo the extruding, is I was meant to subdivide it once for each pixel. See how it handles this. Well, it could get lag, serious lag. I think only once more. There we go. I don't like it. Okay, so we have to be really careful on this approach. I'm going to press E. Undo that. G, Z, 1. No, 5. No, 3. Click. A twice, tab out. And I'm now actually going to undo that, all because it didn't work any better. Clouds will not take up any more data than they have to. Okay, that didn't work. Well, it was worth trying. I'm just going to leave it as a two-dimensional surface since that seems to be working a lot better. I think we'll find a way to elevate it later on. I have a few ideas. I'm sure I can get them to work. Comment down below what your ideas are for that, if you have any at all. I'm going to press save, and I'm going to press P play. They're not showing up at all. I'm going to press shitless. Oh, seems we have got a bit of a problem. I thought this might come up. G, Z. I'm going to do -5. -50. Yes. Shift A, and if I add a camera to the grid, Alt R, Z90. And I add a mouse movement. This is going to be some very quick logic, and this is not what we're going to be using for the final product, but it will work. Look, it is not going to show anything if I have this on. You know why? Because mist is on. So also clouds are just too far away from the camera to see, so and clipping must be extended, start clicking must be inverted. So, these clouds officially are way too high up. I'm actually going to scale them twice their size, and I'm going to G, Z, minus 0.5. No. I'm going to G, Z, 5. No. G, Z, minus 5. No. 50. It's even closer to the grid. It works. There, now there are clouds. They're pretty lame clouds, but they are clouds no less. I'm going to decheck all this. Do something a little better. There we go. Better. Now we're just starting out, so mistakes can happen. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to rename this scene game. So, oh, this seems a bit iffy. Moving clouds, that's what we need. Always. And clouds are going to eventually vanish at this point, so motion. Fast moving clouds, 0.5. Some really fast moving clouds. 0.1. I seem to remember them always going on the complete opposite of where you were looking. You know what? All together. X. Bring that to 0. Control V it there. Oh goodness. So okay. That is working out so far. File, save. Now, Minecraft worlds are a bit known for not being endless. So if I was to go to like creative, I should tell a bunch of stuff. It'll generate the terrain, as it usually does. Minute of record time left, okay. It'll load /TP 25. There is a world border at the end of the Minecraft world. So if I do /world border set 5. There it is. That's the world border right there. And it's basically just a barrier. So yeah. So if we can use this barrier, and it blocks you, blocks the player, and there's this red shine around the player when you get close to it. A lot of you may not have known about this thing, but I happen to know about it, so there. Anyways, we'll just add that in. I won't add any commands pasting around it, we'll add commands later. And yes, we will add commands, because why not? I'm going to add... I don't know how to get that moving effect to it, but find a cube. Find my tab, go to face select mode, select the top face, shift select the bottom face, and delete both. Okay, my bad. Oh right, what you need to do is, with it selected, vertices select everything, on the top face, subdivide it, grab the center one, delete it, select the bottom face, subdivide it, this, delete it, select everything, tab out, new one, world border, do check backface culling because we don't need it, select alpha blend, call it world border, new to the game, that's camera. Oh wait, the camera's only temporary, so world border. I'm going to scale the thing up, Z. I'm going to actually scale the thing, scale Z to 55, G, Z. GZ 255. There we go. And it just goes up as far as it wants. There we go. And I'm going to texture it. World border, open, texture packs. We happen to grab the force field texture. Tab. I'm going to unwrap. Reset. Oh, I did that. Okay. always so tricky when we do stuff like this, I must say. Well, it's a world border, you could say. All we need is a static object world guard, so I can make there's no collision. World border can stay static. That'll get it out of the way for now. There we go. Okay. So that was finally done. Yeah, of a sort, in a sort of way, somehow. Goodness, this is gonna take a really long time. I'm gonna move the clouds to layer 2 and world border also to layer 2. In layer 3, we're going to build the chunk system, I think. Layer 1 is going to be how the entire graph. So the graph is going to be just this huge expanse of everything. Just like, it'll be crazy, like really crazy. Or I'll find some other way to do it, which is also likely. There are many things that could happen from this point forward. Comment down below if you have any ideas on how to do real-time mesh manipulation. Real-time mesh manipulation with Perl and noise, and I will use that instead of the system I was going to use, because really, frankly, I prefer to use Perl and noise to almost anything else. But I have very little idea on how I would do that, so let's check out the games so far. File, save, just organize, 3 layers there, file, save, and scrolling up to the top, hit start. There we go. Oh, one thing I'm definitely going to do is tap extend here. Don't tap scale, tap extend. This way we don't have to deal with those darn boxes on the side of the screen. This is what, oh, scale. Never mind. Tap scale, not extend. I did it completely wrong again. What is going on with this thing? What's wrong with the camera? let's find out what's going on with the camera. I don't think this camera has the same focal length, and so that's messing it up. Nope, that can't be the case. By 1080. Toggle system console. Let's take a look at the system console. Oh, there she is. Error. Block. Seems relatively okay. Guess we'll find out in the long run then. File, save. Title. Oh, I never actually added, when you click the play button, I need to make it so the scene goes to set scene game. There we go. I'll save. I'll save. Okay. Nope. Title, file, save. Letterbox it is then. Don't have to like it, I guess. File, save. Okay. Start up. Alright. What? I say what? Like seriously, what the heck is going on? What the heck? Okay. Oh, we're not done yet, I guess. If I don't start it in standalone, does the same thing happen? Goodness gracious me. I'm going to make it so when the title GUI is actually quite simple. What we need to do, because we have to still have the play button selected, so when the play button is selected, it sends a message to the object of camera, the very first camera. I'm going to send this property, and it's going to send the object no overlay. Basically, that's going to be send a message to the game. Just for now. Another thing about it, if I go to the UI, I've sent it to the wrong one. I need to send it to the most recent camera there, and it's going to the game. It's going to need to receive the message. What was the message again? Control C. Game. Control V. No spell check errors on my account. And it's going to be scene, remove scene, title. I'm going to give this a try. I'll save. Play. if this doesn't work, there we go. Let's remove title. And we have the world border. What is wrong with this one here? And the clouds. Okay, this is a start. I'm going to work on the cloud, the sky, and a bunch of other stuff in the next episode, or next part. So I'm Kondrahadi, and I will see you later. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and share this video if you can.